Hi, welcome to Authorpreneurs HQ. I'm Janine Bolin, and with me today we have Nikki Gangemi. And what I love about this woman, she and I have done multiple panels together. We have been on many networking groups together. And the thing that's awesome is she has been talking a lot about the C.A.L.M technique. She has her own book, which you can see behind her on that. And what I wanted to share with you guys is I interview authors exclusively because they know the pain and suffering of what you're going through, no matter what stage you are, whether you're just starting your book, whether you're getting ready to do your book. And one of the things about Nikki is she's also very much into mindfulness, and she does coaching in this, but that's not what she's exclusively about. She also is here today to kind of help you save your money and save your time based on her life experience. Thanks for being here today, Nikki.
Thank you, Janine. I'm super excited you're having me.
And so one of the things I wanted to chat about, you've got these 5 tips that you can run people through that you're going to be talking about at the summit. Do you mind dropping a few of them for us today?
Sure, absolutely. So the first one, and this is a theme really, is thinking beyond the book. So of course, you write a book, you want to get your message out there and you want to sell it and profit. And it's like, in what other ways can you profit? Almost like bouncing off of the book. So one of the tactics I used was reaching out to companion type businesses where it would be more of a collaboration, like chiropractors, CBD oil stores, physical therapists, and offering to do a workshop at their location. And they provide the audience, I provide the message and the workshop, and then people buy the book at the end. And in a lot of cases, people also ended up being interested in my coaching and then wanted to become a coaching client. So that's an example of, you can have your book, and then what else? How else can you help beyond the book? And that's all a part of your profits.
One of the things that I know is more terrifying, nothing is more terrifying to certain authors than having to get in front of a group of people and talk about what they have written. They don't feel they're worthy. They don't feel that they're authority. There's all that terror. And I understand it because I went through it myself. And people are like, but you're in radio. I went, yeah, I hid behind the microphone. So talk to us a little bit about that mindset to put yourself in, because you're having to deal with some pretty intense demons when you go out to talk about, do your workshop.
Yes. Well, I was blessed in that I came from the acting industry years ago. I mean, even in school, doing all of the musicals and the shows. So I'm a performer at heart, and give me an audience that wants to hear what I have to say.
Lovely.
It's comfortable and it's fun. So yeah. And then for those who maybe don't have that background, a shift in mindset that would help is putting the focus on how you can help others to expand, how you can help them grow and evolve. So it takes the focus more off of you. And it's like, how am I showing up to serve? And just that switch in mindset could help ease the nerves.
Yeah. And we also recommend that you don't make live workshops your number one go-to, like Nikki, because she was a performer. It's like, give me an audience and I'll talk. We'll make this happen. Right? That may not be your happy place. You may have a different way of creating it, but that's a beautiful tip. Thank you for sharing that, because it's true. The book really then just becomes a business card on steroids. Yeah. And then you have this workshop that you give, and then you get clients out of it. Do you have any other tips? Do you want to share your second tip with us?
Yeah. So my second tip was, I thought, how can I also branch off the book and maybe make a companion course? So the book is the C.A.L.M method, and it's the basics to the 4-step framework, but people need more than just the foundational and the basics. So I created a 4-week boot camp, and I partnered with a gym. And I reached out to a contact that I already had a relationship with, and I shared the idea. What do you think about, you do the physical fitness and I do the mental fitness, and we run a 4-week boot camp? And she said, yes. So I did that. And again, that was another way to make money through the book, and even then have somebody want to go even deeper and become a private coaching client.
So let's talk about that boot camp for a minute, because you were sharing with me in the green room how that you really were able to make some profit on that. So how does that work? Are you standing amidst all of the equipment doing your workshop? I mean, how did that work? Did she have a conference room? Yeah, give us some details on that.
Yeah, so this gym, it's the Max Challenge. So it's different from your regular gym with all of the equipment. This is
Okay,
more of a fitness center where people go just to take classes. So it's a nice open space with the weights around the perimeter. So I
nice.
was able to just, everybody sat on the mat. We had this nice open space. She had it connected to her Zoom, so we can also record it and then send out the recordings. And I just did the hour-long mental fitness classes with them every week. And they bought the book because I said, when you pay in full for the 4 weeks, you get a complimentary signed copy of the book. And they loved it. So it was an inspired idea. I'll start with that. Follow those breadcrumbs. When you have inspiration, you have this idea and you get excited about it, take immediate action. And my immediate action was calling up the gym owner and saying, I've got this idea, want to hear about it? And within a couple of weeks, I was in her center and running this boot camp.
That is awesome. And one of the things I've also asked every speaker to talk about a little bit is what type of software do you use to help run your business? Because every author has a business. That's why it's the Authorpreneur Summit, right? And so one of the things that Nikki talked about was like she likes Canva and Zoho. And then she mentioned this one I hadn't heard of before, and it was called CapCut. So kind of talk to us a little bit that software. What was that about?
Yes, it's an editing software. So I make a lot of videos, just coming up with content to post on social media, Instagram, Reels, and I can be long-winded, and we know the attention span of most people. So I take all of the videos that I record and then I upload them into CapCut and I edit it down to the 60 to 90 seconds that is suggested. And I can add music, intro and outro, and the captions. So it's very user friendly. And I'm someone who a few years ago would say, I'm not a tech person. And then learning the power of words, I changed that and said, I'm in the process of being a techie kind of person. And before you know it, I had that confidence and interest in playing around with different platforms. And that one I found to be very easy and user friendly. So if you are someone who wants to edit any kind of video, I suggest using CapCut.
And thank you for that. And like we said, with Authorpreneurs HQ, with the Authorpreneurial Summit, we're here to save you 7 years on your learning curve and $35,000. And Nikki is one of those authors who has jumped on and said, you bet, I am on board with this. And so you will get to see her on the summit on September 14th. So thank you for joining us, Nikki. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Ginny. I'm excited.